Greetings and salutations. I am Jeremy Tank, and today I am sharing with you the 5 aspects of brand storytelling that you really need to build into every story to help you connect with your customers. So I'm the founder of Think Tank Creative. We are a brand strategy design studio helping people create marketing websites, brand identities, and packaging that really connects people and works on a psychological level to really drive interest and engagement. So the 5 aspects I really want to tell you about today, these are super important for you to really connect with your customers in a meaningful way. Let's just jump right in. The first one is be unique. You have to show in your story, tell in some way that you are different from others who offer similar services. And by similar, I don't mean the same, I mean just similar. They don't have to be exactly what you do, because the customers, people who are listening, anybody who's in the audience, they don't know. And you live and breathe your life. You understand why your service, your business might be different from everybody else, but the people who are listening, they don't really know. So when you tell your story, you have to say something like, and this is using my example, you might see that other companies who work with brand strategy do logos and websites and digital marketing and all of these other things that are really exciting to help grow business. My business is unique because I also help with individuals who are challenged by mindsets, by trauma, by addictions, by self-destructive behaviors that are preventing them from really stepping into everything they can be. And when we build a brand, when we build brand identities and logos and websites and print work and packaging and all of that, it's a shame to get all of that up and out there and into the world and still feel like, even though you're making money inside, you don't feel like that's you. You don't feel successful. You don't feel like you can really own that. So I use subconscious reprogramming as part of my brand coaching after we've done all the other work to help you as a business owner feel confident and joyful in all of the steps that you're going through, because all the rest of it's already being built, it's already moving, and you're the last step. And getting you into the space where you feel confident, that's super important. And I know that I'm the only business owner offering this sort of suite of services in terms of brand and mindset and coaching and growth that's oriented not in the business, but in the self. So, and you kind of have to do that when you share a story. You want to share what other people are doing and then what you're doing, because it's the contrast between those that help people see why you are unique and why you are different from anyone else. If you just say what you're doing, it doesn't make a difference because there's not enough information. Number 2, when you're telling your story that you want it to connect with people, you need to make sure that what you're saying is relevant to them. And relevant has to do with solving people's pain points, their emotional needs and wants. Like, what task are they trying to accomplish? Can you do that? What are they going to feel? What are they going to feel inside emotionally when they are done with that? What can you offer that is in alignment with that? For example, I'm up in the Pacific Northwest. It rains a whole lot. It's gray a whole lot. There's a lot of stuff growing everywhere. I grew up in Phoenix. I'm not used to this much green. It's kind of fun. And there's a lot of people that are always out mowing their lawns. And I've seen that. And this is not something I'm used to growing up in Phoenix. There's a lot more cactuses in Phoenix. So up here, what's relevant is, a good lawnmower that holds on to sharpness of the blade, and maybe electric versus gas, right? If I would be interested in lawnmowers, if that was relevant to me, see? But talking to somebody who has no interest in lawnmowers, doesn't have that problem, doesn't know what to do with that, it loses relevance. And if you lose relevance, then the people who are receiving your story check out. They kind of just mentally go away because it's not important to them. So understanding their perspective and creating relevance around your brand is super important. The third aspect of telling your story that you need to connect with your customers is making it approachable. And what I mean by approachable is that it needs to feel a little familiar, like it fits right into their life. Like there's a lot of safety going with you versus going with somebody else. And I think of that as sort of like, a lot of people who work with me have worked with other coaches, other mentors, other graphic designers, and they have not gotten what they wanted from other people. So I know that what I offer is safe and familiar to business owners who have been burned by designers, business owners who have been burned by digital marketers, business owners who've been hurt by other coaches. And what I do is I offer a very precise, repeatable process that starts with this design sprint process, where we talk about your business and the 3 pillars of branding, your customer, your brand values, and your visions, and where you are going with everything. And this process is the same across the board with all my clients. It's where we start because it helps me feel an understanding with you, and it helps create this foundation of growth that everything kind of stems from. And there's a lot of businesses who are into branding and marketing and advertising that don't have this process. I used to work for several of those companies, and it was sort of like, just throw everything at the wall and the client will like something, maybe. Well, I know from where I am right now that the customers I receive now have dealt with those companies, and they've been burned, and they felt hurt, and they felt used and abused. And so I create a service that is approachable, it's safe, it's familiar, because it follows this process, and it is a step-by-step process where there is feedback and opportunity for communication at every stage. And I know that it creates a sense of familiarity and safety inside. It doesn't trigger sort of like that fight or flight response, which I know a lot of business owners, when they talk to me, say, look, I've gone through this before, I feel traumatized. And if you are talking to your customers and they say, I feel traumatized, understand that you need to create a basis of familiarity and safety for them before they're going to be able to even understand if what you're offering is relevant, before they're going to even see that what you're offering is unique. They need to feel safe in able to hear it. And the next aspect when you're telling your story is it needs to be uniting. And when I say uniting, what I mean is show them that you understand, show them that you are not just somebody there trying to pitch, trying to sell, trying to weasel your way into some sort of predicament. You are there to help them. You are there as part of their community. And communities are people that, they think alike, they feel alike, they're trying to solve the same problems. They have a lot of overlap, and they come together to solve common problems. They think, they believe, right? It's all kind of similar. So it's easy to say, you are like me. You want to fix this. You have a problem. If you're telling the story, you say, you have this problem. I understand because I have had that problem, or I've known people who have gone through that problem. Here's how I solve it. Here's my community of people that have gone through this and are feeling better on the other side. When you speak in a story that is uniting, you're inviting others into the story so that they can solve their own problems. They see the relevance, they see the community, they feel safe enough to go ahead and say, okay, I can partake of your offer. Community is huge. When others see that there is a community of people based in the things that you do, it actually encourages more familiarity, more safety feelings. They are willing to lean in and see why you're unique and listen to the relevance so that they actually feel comfortable enough to solve their own problems by buying your services. Again, I'm normally like the 3rd or 4th stop when somebody is dealing with issues in their business, in their brand, thinking about their business, their customers, their goals, their vision, their processes. Man, so much about processes. Everybody, we're always kind of distracted by all the stuff going on in the world, that putting processes in play is simple to say, but it's difficult when we start to think it through. It helps to have somebody outside, and understanding that I've helped a lot of people outside create these processes and build these structures in their business to grow a brand through digital marketing, through branding, through just videos and content and all this kind of stuff. It's individual per company, but understanding that I've done this multiple times helps me helps me, even for myself, say, look, I've done this before. Here is my community of people that follow me and like and understand and have gone through this. And if you have questions about it, I can refer to them. And if you want to become part of my community, part of the people that like what I do and understand why it's so impactful in a business, then, you know, I can invite you to join that community if you like. And the last one that I want to say here is what I really learned in advertising, and that is be inspiring. And inspiring doesn't have to be like this overwhelming sort of feeling of saving the world. Inspiring just means inspire someone to action. You have to challenge them at the end of your story to click a button, to call a phone number, to schedule something. If you have not done a good job demonstrating community, being approachable, creating familiarity, making sure that you can demonstrate relevance and uniqueness, why you are different and worthy of being approachable, then people aren't going to be inspired to take the next step, which means that you have to rely more on sales and a push method or pull method, whatever way you look at it, really kind of just grabbing people and going, pay attention. You have to rely on more force than your own ability and knowledge and expertise to inspire them. So you have to be inspiring. You have to say, call here, visit this website. You have to give them very clear directions. And this is actually part of the hero's journey, Joseph Campbell's idea of the hero's journey. When telling your story, what you're conveying is that someone else is in a position of power and you are in a position of authority. So they are the hero, they are Luke Skywalker, you are Obi-Wan Kenobi, coming at them saying, I see, Luke, that you have these troubles. I see that you are trying to learn about the Force. I see that you're trying to grow and become better. And here's what I challenge you to do. Train with me and learn the ways of the Force, right? I love Star Wars. Watching Obi-Wan Kenobi lately has been kind of fun. So when you're inspiring, what you're doing is challenging them to take you up on the offer, challenging them to learn about what you do, to learn about what others do, to see that you are unique, that you are relevant, that you have the answers that they need. And when you tell your story in this way, that is unique, relevant, approachable, inspiring, and uniting, these 5 elements create a story that move people emotionally because they feel safe, they feel inspired, they feel intrigued because of your uniqueness, and because what you're saying is relevant to them. And when those 5 elements, unique, relevant, approachable, inspiring, and uniting, those 5 elements will help you tell your story in a way that truly connects with your audience, to drive them to become customers because they understand how you help them, why you're different, and really you inviting them to become part of your community as you keep supporting them. So I hope this is helpful to you guys, learning how to tell a story in a way that is powerful and connecting. I am Jeremy Tank. If you guys have any questions about what I do, check out thinktankcreative.net. You can actually apply right there for an alignment call. And that is basically, hey, I want to go through this process, this branding process that I have. You want to go through it for yourself, for your business, for whatever it is that you are doing, to really learn how to use these tools and frame, position. I call it framing, all right? It's like you put a frame around something. It's called positioning as well. Learn how to position your business, your brand in a way that uniqueness, relevance, approachability, inspiration, and unification are very natural and easy and automatic for you. So if that's something you want, if you're already running a business and you want to grow it, or if you're struggling and you want someone to help you fix what you're doing, then go ahead and sign up for an alignment call. That is thinktankcreative.net. Thank you so much, guys. I will catch you on the next video. Bye.